everyone. I'm Damian Journey, Global Chief Growth Officer here at 72 and Sunny, and I couldn't be happier to be at the Sunnyside Series again with you here in Cannes at Sport Beach 2025 with my friend Kate Brady. Hi, Kate.
Hi, so good to see you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's day 4 technically, but for people like you, probably day 5 or 6 in Cannes.
Started on Saturday, so
Yeah,
day 6
exactly.
in the week.
So, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Are you having fun still?
I'm having a great time.
Okay.
It is a beautiful place, learning a lot, seeing a lot of great people. It's great to see people I haven't seen in a while, like my friend.
Yes.
And it's just been a great week so far.
Well, you seem fresh and vibrant for day number 5 or 6, so
Well, that's great.
you're doing something
I'm glad
right.
that that's what you think.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are wilting at this point,
It's
both
true.
under the heat and under the experience of being here for so
Yes,
many days.
yes.
So it's an intense level of energy.
It is an intense. It is intense, and for an introvert like myself, by the end of the day, you go home and you just need to decompress.
I totally understand it. So you and I know your title, but our audience does not know your title. Tell us what your title is, because it's really cool, and then give me a little bit about what it means in the world of PepsiCo.
So my title is the Global Head of Creative and Content Transformation.
Okay.
It is a brand new role within the organization, which I think is just so amazing that PepsiCo has given me the opportunity to build this capability and build this team out. This is actually the 3rd team that I've built out in PepsiCo.
Oh, really?
Which is also phenomenal, because I think it's something that PepsiCo recognizes we need to keep evolving and iterating to ensure that we're connecting the best way with our consumers. And what I like to say my role is, if I were to tell my mom what my role is, it's really about how do I make our marketers' jobs easier and their
Everyone
work
loves
better.
that. Everyone loves easier and better. Okay.
Yes, so easier and better, those 2 things. That's if I can deliver on those things, I've done my job well.
Okay. So how new is this role?
So I started in February, end of January, early February last year. So about 14, 15 months now.
Okay. So it was
Yeah.
established. You now have a year under your belt.
Yep.
Walk us through a little bit what it means to make the marketer's job easier and better, because marketing is like the biggest category ever, and PepsiCo is the biggest company ever. You guys are like a behemoth.
We are.
Tell me how you take the title and break it into parts.
Yeah, so it is a challenge, and we are a very matrix organization that tends to be very fragmented and siloed with our data and our info. So I would say the simplest way to look at what we're trying to accomplish is driving what we're calling our CBD approach.
CBD.
It is our own version of our medicine.
I was like, oh, CBD. Now you're talking my language. It sounds interesting.
But what it really means is it's about driving consistency, breakthrough, and discipline in everything that we're doing. And so that consistency in our approach, thinking, we've got these amazing, massive global brands. How do they come to life in markets in a consistent way? How do we continue to build against creative brand platforms that we've established and drive longevity behind that in a consistent way so that people continue to recall our message, connect with our brands, and drive that emotional connection that we know is so meaningful? And discipline in that approach, which is making sure that we're using the right tools, that we are building the right relationships with our agency partners, and that we're connecting in meaningful ways with them to continually, deliver on the right timelines, to deliver on, which I know our agency friends will love.
Yeah.
But having better briefs, stronger insights behind those things. So that's part of the discipline. And when you have that consistency in the discipline, it really delivers that breakthrough work.
Oh, interesting.
And a big part of the breakthrough side of things is what we see as the future is influencer and creator marketing, and how do we really lean into that? And so a lot of the past year, I've been very focused on building out our influencer capability and step changing that.
Oh.
And what I would say is, we've had pockets of brilliance across the globe. We've got brands like Gatorade that does a phenomenal job with this, or Doritos, our flavor brands that are campaign that's been really phenomenal, using creators to drive really great connections with food. But it was just like everything, it's been very fragmented and siloed in how we were doing things. And so we realized that it was an opportunity for us to step change what we were doing to make sure that we could minimize the risk across PepsiCo, because there's a lot of risk with that reward that comes in this space, but also maximize the impact that we were doing and try and develop. So what my team is, to take a step back, what my team is from an influencer COE that we've stood up is about building the governance building the frameworks, building the capabilities, having the tools, and really helping manage it on a global scale so that our teams understand what's working best in this space, who we've worked with, where we can scale things that have worked better, so that across the globe we are just continuing to drive that growth for our business.
That's super duper smart. I mean, I guess I never really thought about the fact that, influence is a bit of a new space. Everyone has some of a toe in that water. But to understand how to do that well with some level of consistency is probably a relatively new concept. And with so many brands that are individually aligned, marketing manages them one by one in your organization, I can see how there could be complete dysfunction in how things are operating in each silo. I can see that you all being a center of excellence could be really, really useful in an organization.
I mean, when we started this process, we realized that depending on the brand, on the market, on the region, sometimes our creator influencer marketing was done through our PR and comms team, sometimes through our media team, sometimes through our brands team. So we weren't making those connections across the board to elevate the insights of what was working. We were sometimes competing with ourselves over the same creators.
Wow.
But now we have this central source of truth of what I just mentioned about, what's working best so that we can really lift all of those opportunities across the globe and just make sure that we're crushing it. And that's my goal is I want people to aspire to be what PepsiCo's doing in the creator space moving forward.
Wow, so this is a really big job. I mean, you're trying to build, you said earlier that you built 2 other things prior, but you clearly are a builder, because if you're successful in this, which there's no doubt you will be, you will have changed the way PepsiCo as an organization actually gets to market with creators and influencers. And that will be a model for others to use, hopefully. That's pretty damn exciting.
That's my hope and my wish. And that really is what gets me most excited about any job that I've had is in PepsiCo at least, is my ability to impact how we do marketing across. And so the other roles that I've had have given me that opportunity as well, which it makes me so excited. It makes me so energized. It's what's kept me at PepsiCo for 15 plus years now. And so, it's amazing.
Wow. Okay, so you've been at Pepsi for 15 years. Where were you before? I'm just curious. Tell us a bit about who Kate really is and how we got to this place.
Kate is an innovator at heart, I would say, and an entrepreneur at heart. I started my career on the media agency side, actually. So I spent about a decade across a few different Group M agencies specifically. And so right from college, started my internship that went into my first job that, set me off in this path. And I've loved every day, and I've loved just growing and finding new things. And now, leading creative and content is very different than where I started from a media perspective. But what I've also been really excited about is the opportunity to learn and to get really uncomfortable because I don't know it yet. And that gives me a little bit more of a spark to say, okay, I need to lean in and figure this out. And that I love. It keeps me going. It makes me excited. And I feel like, my mantra's always been like, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's where you're growing and you're learning. And so I try and live by that rule. And I try to tell my girls, I have got 2 girls, and I want to make sure that they're living in that same way of just constantly challenging themselves.
How old are the girls?
17 and 15.
Also, colleges are coming up soon.
College is coming up soon. My daughter Ava graduates next Wednesday, so I get home for that. Yeah,
congratulations,
she's
Ava.
Going to Indiana University.
Oh, Bloomington. Big
Hoosiers.
10. Go Big 10. All right, Ava.
Yeah, so very excited for her.
Awesome. Well, we are coming to the end of this.
Yeah.
But there's really one question that is stuck in my mind that I want to make sure we close. I want to understand. What does it take to be an influencer? And when can I get on your payroll? I'm available. I love your products. I eat your snacks. I drink your drinks. I can drink more of them or eat more of them. You tell me which one you need the best. I'm inexpensive.
I like
you
that.
can put me on one of your smaller brands and I work harder for you. The dollars will be more useful. So just let me know which one and when.
Perfect. Charisma is what we're looking for. We just want someone who's got some spark to share and be a brand champion for us. We want the fans to come and share and champion our brand. So.
I'm a fan. I've got
Love
some Riz. See, I can even speak like Gen Alpha or whatever that is. I'm just like them. So
Amazing.
sign me up whenever you're available. I'll have my agent, who's really me, do it. We can do it in the back.
Perfect. We'll
be
do
done.
the deal after that.
Awesome. Well, Kate, thanks for spending a few
Damien,
minutes
thank
with
you so
us
much.
here at
This has been
Sport
great.
Beach. Thank you all as well. Look forward to seeing you back here sometime soon.